play the game. Time to play the game.
Just like what Trey's cousin says, it's time to play the game. What's up, everybody? And we're here to review AEW Dynamite from Arthur Ashe Stadium Grand Slam. And holy shit, I feel like drinking a lot of vodka. And I don't even drink. But anyways, before we get started, Cremo, what's going on?
Bad thoughts in my head after watching AEW. It's Wednesday night, boys. You know what that means? Another shit wrestling show for us to talk about. Yeah, baby. Let's fucking do it. Oh, man. This show was fucking bad. It was okay. I'm going to be honest. I did a thing that I don't usually do. Usually I force myself to watch through the shows. Okay. I force myself to scurry through the muck. I'll be honest. Halfway through, I just started playing Mass Effect. I had it on in the background, but I was just playing Mass Effect 1.
Yeah.
I don't blame you, man.
After
I was actually watching the Vince talk while I was watching it.
After 2 30-minute matches?
Yeah. Yes. Oh. That ending.
Before we get to that, Trey, what you been up to, man?
Nothing much. Just binging through the Vince talk. I just finished episode 4 actually while I was watching Dynamite. And why I hate Wednesdays is because it's like Raw, such a solid show for the most part, minus the ending of fucking Braun losing the title. But I'll talk about that another time. But man, how does Dynamite always follow? Like they follow a great show with like Raw with this shit every week. Pointless 30-minute matches. The overly long tag team match. The Young Cucks match. What the fuck? Why was that so long?
There's no long-term booking, only weekly booking.
That's right.
Oh my god.
That's why Darby Allin will be world champion next week on Collision.
Yeah. No one's watching.
Let's have a world champion beat up by a chick.
Bravo. That's good for you as well.
Yeah, he went a little bit robotic there for a minute.
Try leaving and coming back.
Fucking StreamYard. I'll be back.
All right. Well, while Trey is leaving and coming back, I guess we'll start with what we thought about what we thought. I mean, I'll go ahead.
Yeah,
kick it off if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
It's currently like 11 p.m. here. I'm tired as fuck. I've been up since 8, and the show is it's so bad, dude. It's hard to differentiate why this week is bad compared to last week, compared to the week before, compared to the 2 pay-per-views last month, compared to whatever the fuck we're getting next week. It's just a constant like sieve of actual like dog shit wrestling booking that we're getting, and piss poor matches. Like, did Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson need to go on for 40 minutes? I actually would not mind seeing that match. I like both those guys as wrestlers, but I don't want to see 40 minutes of it.
Yeah.
The best I'll say this. The best match of the night was the women's match because it was an actual normal TV length.
Yeah.
I want like 15-minute matches on TV, right? Like a pay-per-view, yes, you got to give us more, but not every match deserves to be 40 minutes. That's something WWE understands. That's something that a lot of places forget.
Yeah, less is more, in my opinion.
Max 15 minutes. Like, in Attitude Era, how many matches were like, freaking making a match feel like that's like 40 minutes, but it's only like 8 minutes? Yeah. What happened to that? What happened to that?
And then I'm sorry, the end of the show.
Yeah.
They buried Darby again, bro. I don't even like Darby. As
What's the
wrestler.
point of
Like,
Darby? What's the point of him in this company at this point? He just loses.
Why are you doing this? Why do you set him up with Sting for like a year plus and really build that up? Just for what? Just so you can go ahead and destroy his character over and over again? Like constantly give him an opportunity in a way that like builds up to a point where he gets it. Like with Mick Foley. Like that's what they did. For a long time, Mankind was failing, right? He'd lose. And then it built up to a point where when he became champion, it actually did mean something. With Darby, it's not going to mean anything because who cares? You booked him poorly, and you gave him such a good opportunity, and then he didn't waste the opportunity. You did, the booker, Tony Khan. I'm sorry.
Well, Darby kind of gets what he deserves. He kind of gets what he deserves because here's why. He just did an interview yesterday comparing WWE to Taylor Swift and AEW to Slasher. So it's like
Slayer.
Slayer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slayer.
And they're trying to say they're more hardcore. I'm like, you just insulted Slayer.
And you just and you made yourself look even more stupid for making those kind of type of comparisons. Honestly,
what are you talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Slayer, what?
And I guess
I'm pretty sure
he's trying to say, WWE's kitty. Is that what he's going for?
But it doesn't work. WWE literally, for Edge's entrance at the last WrestleMania he was at, literally used fucking. What was it? It was
it was
Slayer song. They used the fucking Slayer song.
South of Heaven. South of Heaven. Is that the one?
It might have been South of Heaven.
Or Raining Blood was one of the Angel of Death.
Dead Skin Mask or something like that.
It was something.
It was like a slower one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was his Hell in a Cell match against Finn. I remember that.
Yeah.
How can you say that with the shit Rock's done this year?
Yeah.
Rock actually saying the F word, saying fuck you and having it mean something in wrestling, as opposed to AEW where they believed it like 3 or 4 times tonight.
And then you have Darby making these stupid comments like that, and it's like these comparisons are so stupid. Just here's my opinion: just shut up. Don't give stupid ass. If you can talk, give interviews. If you can't talk, just shut the fuck up and just do your talking in the ring. Really, just
Hey, speaking of talking, what'd you guys think of MVP?
That was random. Why is MVP here? Like, what?
Well, everyone was wanting Bobby Lashley to appear. The crowd was chanting Bobby Lashley's name.
Be like Brock
Lesnar.
He's
just like, here's my card.
Yeah.
And I walked away, and it's like, so what? They're gonna
he's trying to now? I guess Swerve's gonna go heel again, even though he just went heel. Oh my fucking god, Tony.
But hey, at least you guys see Prince Nana with his dance, gonna swerve.
Yeah.
Drive,
Swerve when he comes back, he's gonna align with MVP. MVP's gonna make basically a budget her business for AEW.
Before we get started on the review, I think what's going to happen. Bobby makes his debut at Wrestle Dream in Tacoma. We're not going to
goes up against Swerve.
Yeah, and we're not going to.
Do you think that happens? Maybe Swerve turns it down.
We're not going to freaking have Bobby debut in New York City. No, it's a great debut state. Tacoma. That's a great
Washington. The other city in Washington State.
The guy was the majority of his entire career in Connecticut, working for the evil empire, quote unquote, and you make him debut in Tacoma, Washington. Wow, that's going to put some
dude. Why is it not in Seattle? I guess maybe because sports season is on and the Kraken.
They probably could afford it.
You probably. That's what it is. I mean, if you're going to pay the money,
it's Tony Khan,
right? Yeah, but maybe it's like a thing with the Kraken because that's the big arena in Seattle, right? And the NHL season starts in.
Knowing Tony, he would probably want to try to book the where the Mariners play.
Safeco Field.
Yeah, Safeco Field.
Oh.
How much you want to bet he would try to do that?
Yeah,
not for this. Not for. I don't even think he'd do that for Wrestle Dream, man. I think he would think about it and then he would just be like, no, I'll come back and do like an all out or all in here or some shit.
I don't know.
Or all in's gonna be Wembley, right? But
or even Full Gear or whatever, that other pay-per-view.
I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think Forbidden Door is going to be on Wembley next year. I believe.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah,
Why wouldn't you just do the O2? The O2 is a big arena, right? It's a good arena. WWE runs the O2 all the time, and you also have less seats to fill.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about giant swaths of the stadium being empty as a possibility, right?
Yep.
I would say the safer option for him would be the O2.
Well,
and it's going to be cheaper to rent out.
Well, it's funny that TNA is outselling them in houses, so it's kind of quite funny. They're doing better business.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
TNA is doing better than AEW is doing, and AEW is supposed to be the number 2 company, and TNA is supposed to be the number 3 company now, right? So it's just like the number 3 company knows what they're doing, at least on that. They're getting
the number
small
3 company is selling more than the number 2 company.
Yeah.
The only advantage is the number 2 company has more financial backing.
Yeah, and they're on national television. So,
well, TNA is big. They're doing that WWE partnership. I really think that's helping them.
I mean, TNA effectively is on national television with that deal with all their guys coming into NXT and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are really effectively on national television.
It's really brought them up, like to even TNA, we can at least somewhat like them again.
And you have people with actual like 1 name recognition, and 2 some people with some actual like star power behind them. Like, Joe Henry's going to end up going to WWE. That's pretty obvious at some point. Yeah. But while he's there, can help you build that company up, right? Like,
the Hardys.
Their last pay-per-view they just had in where was this? Texas, I believe. The Hardys, after the show their pay-per-view was done, the Hardy Boys had a meet and greets thing for 2 hours after the pay-per-view. And there was a whole line. So it's like good for TNA for doing that stuff. It's like good. Like you guys are doing a great job. I wish you guys would have done this when you were on Spike TV before Dixie fucked that up.
Yeah.
But that's a different story for a different time. But I think we should get into the review of Grand Slam because we got a lot to unpack here. And it's a cluster. My God. Anyways, the show starts open with their usual open. You have freaking excrement on the mic. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. Every freaking week, you copy off JR, took his shit. He comes in, thinks he's God's gift of freaking announcing. Fuck you, sockface. I fucking hate you. I don't give a fuck if you ever hear this. Fuck you. Second of all, the crowd was a lot less size than it was last year. They took away the ramp. I guess it's because they didn't want no one to get injured like Adam Cole did last year when he freaking fucked up his ankle jumping off.
Oh,
fuck, he did. Oh my God.
Oh,
I forgot about.
Yeah.
Yo, I forgot about that.
That was last year too, where Sammy Guevara turned heel on Chris Jericho, and Moxley got dropped on his head by Phoenix. So let's not forget about that.
Oh my God!
Twice, and he got concussed. It's a clusterfuck. Anyways, the crowd seems kind of hype. There was one guy who looked like a pedophile in the crowd. He was very scary to me with the glasses, the bald guy in the glasses in the front row. He was giving me some weird vibes. Anyway,
maybe he was a Fed.
He probably was. It wasn't. It wasn't Queens. So who knows? A lot of Feds in Queens, apparently. Anyways, here comes Nigel McGuinness. He comes out, looked pretty good. You would think since he was out for 13 years, you think he'd have better physique than what he did. But I mean, I'm not saying he'd be like a bodybuilder, but you think it would kind of look better. But
doesn't he have hepatitis? Wasn't that why he was out?
He did have hepatitis. He had hepatitis C. Or
doesn't he still have it then?
I think he's cured of it. I think he said something like he got cured of it a couple years ago.
Oh.
Like he did some treatments or something like that. Or I might be getting that mixed up with somebody. Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works. I think it's kind of
I don't know.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure something like does that mean Abdul the Butcher's cool now? Like
no, Abby still got it. That Hannibal guy. Remember Hannibal? The one who said he said that he's cured now. He's the one. Yeah, he's the one that said he's cured. He said he did some treatments with some guy. Now he's cured of it completely.
Treatments? That's so vague.
But
Guy just
Hannibal,
sucked his dick for half an hour behind the dumpster.
Hannibal is another freaking class act. He's a basket case, and I'm glad he's in jail. He's facing the 15 years in jail, in prison. So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
so
shit.
fuck him. Yeah, so if anyone knows who Hannibal is, look him up. Look what he did to his last match he had. I think it was in Texas or somewhere. He carved a
Is that
referee.
TNA?
Yeah, he carved he carved a guy with a fork or a knife, and he almost he almost made him bleed out. It was that bad. He cut a main artery in his head. So it's like this guy's a freaking basket case. But anyways, getting back to
New Jack Jr.
Yeah, New Jack Jr. Yeah, they're trans.
Dude,
What's it called? Trans something incident, whatever it's called.
Mass Transit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Mass
what it was.
Transit?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
No,
Yeah,
his
Mass
name's
Transit,
Trans.
yeah.
His new name's Trans Masset.
when the big fat kid got busted open from pillar to post, and he
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Big
I
fat
was trying to think
trans
of the name
person
off the
got
top of
beat
my
up.
head. It's been a long day. I watched it. It's been a long day.
There's a video of that out there, guys. If you've ever seen Mass Transit incident,
Brutal.
Yeah,
fuck.
it's
That is
very. It's
I like
very
how
hard.
Devon Dudley's just standing there like, okay.
Yep. Nothing I can do about it. McGinnis comes out. He's standing in there waiting for Danielson, and he's waiting. And he tells the referee, he's like, "This is bull crap. I know he wasn't going to show up. Blah blah blah." And he's like telling the referee to count. So the referee's counting. He's like, do the count. He's like, the traditional 1, 2, 3, and he goes all the way up to 8, I believe. And all of a sudden, you hear the song of the final countdown. And all of a sudden, here comes fucking Danielson, looking like he's happy.
But here's my thing. Like, he got to 8, so in theory, shouldn't he still be counting even though he's walking to the
yeah, right. I know.
It's wrestling.
He should just be counting.
Wait a minute.
Fucking
AEW,
man.
Wait a minute. I hear someone's music. Hold on. He's coming for the fight. Just hold on. We have to wait to the.
And why is Brian so happy? You just got turned on by your homies. Why are you just all happy go lucky?
I'm just happy to be alive.
because he's ready to. He's gonna retire at some point between now and the inevitable heat death of the universe.
Yeah.
So
he's all happy now. Then he shows his anger later. It's like you should have came in all pissed off.
We'll keep that.
Should have fucking ran out, dude. You should have bolted.
Yeah,
you should have came out at like 6 and bolted.
And Danielson's coming out to the ring, and people are happy. They're all singing the song. They're all vibing with it. And all of a sudden, you see Danielson go to the ringside. He's high fiving fans, like, "I almost died. Last time I saw you guys, I'm alive. Don't worry about it. It's all good."
Oh my god.
He gets in the ring. They ring the bell. They stand there for a minute. And then they do their, they go back and do their old spots like they used to do back in the day. I don't really think it's really not much to notate there. There's some okay spots. The one spot that had me dying laughing so hard is when they were in the corner and McGinnis went to the corner and started smacking Danielson like a little bitch, and it was so weak. Like those slaps couldn't crack eggs. So,
you know what spot was really fucking bad? The one where he's up on the turnbuckle and he's like arched his back so his head is like he's basically doing like
the figure out his neck. Yeah.
Dude, Daniel Bryan's like,
yeah.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rub his face on the. I'm basically gonna give him a nookie with the turnbuckle.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird spot.
There was one spot in the match when they go out to the outside and they're trying to recreate that freaking post spot they did over how many years ago when he kept on ramming freaking McGinnis's head just to bust him open. One of the stupidest things.
What ROH? Yeah, that's almost 20 fucking years ago now.
Yeah, and it's like it was so bad. It's even cringe going back to watch it then. It's like, why would you want to do it now?
Oh, dude, when we'll get to later with Brian redoing old fucking spots because he does one in the main event and fucking. You pointed it. We were watching it in here as it was happening, and you pointed it out, and I was fucking dying because I was like, "This is fucking stupid."
Yep. We're not gonna spoil it. Well, it gets. Just wait, guys, because it's gonna get good. But they do that. He did his typical old stuff. He did the Tower of London, which Excalibur called it a cutter, which I have no idea why you call it a cutter because it looks more like a jawbreaker to me. But whatever.
Yeah.
Or what he used to do back in TNA, it looks more like a jawbreaker to me than a cutter. Anyways, they're doing that, and there was one part in the match when they were both down. Danielson was on his back, and McGinnis had his leg, or I'm sorry, his arm over Danielson's leg, and it looked like a cover, but the referee didn't count it. It looked like a pin attempt, but there was no count. And then all of a sudden, you see McGinnis go for the label lock. He goes for the label lock. Danielson reverses it, puts in the label lock. Then they start trading each other's moves. Danielson did the rebound. I can't remember what it's called. It's what Moxley used to do in WWE, like that.
That rebound clothesline thing.
Yeah, it was called something, a McGinnis special, I think it was called. And then he's trying to win the match, and all of a sudden you see Danielson go for the label lock. And while he's tapping out McGinnis is yelling out, "Thank you." It was brought up in commentary, even though I didn't fucking hear him say thank you. He might have telling him "fuck you." I don't know, but that's what the commentators pointed out to everybody. I did not hear it, but after the match is over with, Danielson's celebrating. He's like, "Yeah, I'm back." Blah blah. Right. All of a sudden, here comes the father of the year, the patriarchy. My boy Christian Cage, Double C represent, comes out with his contract kind of weird freaking thing. I've never seen a contract.
Yeah. I was sitting there. My dad just looked and he was like, "Is that a PS5 he's holding?
Is that a PS5? Wannabe Money in the Bank?" TNA even had a better kind of their own version of Money in the Bank, with the whole Feast or Fire thing.
Yeah,
I was fucking dying, dude. I was just like,
I've never seen a contract be like an encasement like that before. I've never seen that.
What is he going for with that?
But going back to that, he's grabbing the pin. He's about to sign the deal, right? And all of a sudden, here comes Kip Sabian out of nowhere. And if you've not been following Dynamite or Collision, one mid show to another, somehow he's like having a feud with Christian's son. What's his name? Nick Wayne, right?
Yeah, Nick Wayne.
So they're doing that stuff. Then there's he takes the pin, runs off for a comedy spot, and then when he goes back to the tunnel, you see Pac and you see Claudio, and they're just standing there. And you see Christian looks at him for a second, he runs off like a scalded dog. I'm just like, why are you showing them watching Danielson's match? Wouldn't it make sense for them to go out there to watch him in the area, ringside?
Wouldn't they go in and beat him up? Realistically,
you would think there's two of them and one of him, but this is AEW. Yeah. Nothing makes sense here.
No, they just stand there.
Yeah, that's it. Just
so that they can get their asses. So they can get their asses kicked later after the main event. We'll get there. My favorite thing is, so he can't cash in if he doesn't sign the thing.
I get.
You would think.
I thought this was like Money in the Bank. You could just cash in any time.
You would think that the contract's already signed. Only thing you have to do is just here you go, ref. I'm cashing this in.
So if he has to sign this, shouldn't he have a lawyer there to notarize it, some sort of notary?
You would think.
And then should he have to wait 3 to 6 business days for it to be fully
smooth?
Again, if you want to get that, this is a thing. You try to give autistic details, I'm going to give you autistic reasons why it doesn't fucking work, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we can either do the thing of just fucking make it the briefcase and say there's a contract in there, but it's not an actual fucking contract, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or we could be like, here is a encased fucking clipboard. It's like a metal clipboard.
At least TNA did the briefcase.
Dude, it looks like shit when you go to a fucking Walmart and some fucking mid bitch who's got floppy titties and no bra on is trying to get you to sign something to save the whales.
Yeah.
That's what it's included.
Yeah, and it's in this Yeah, it's in this enclosed
Metal-
thing.
metal clipboard bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? So he's got one of those.
Yeah.
And he has one bed.
Yep.
And so because he didn't think to sign this in advance, because who the fuck would know that you didn't just sign it 2 seconds before? Because again,
Yeah.
it's not being notarized. So
Yeah. What's
and
the
if
old
you
saying?
like
What's the old saying? If you confuse them, you lose them.
yeah.
Well, I've been confused for the past 5 years, so they lost me a long time
Yeah.
ago. But
You know what? You know what my problem is? I'm not dumb enough to watch this show and enjoy it. I'm
just
sorry.
Tony
We're not.
Tony caters to the online marks who are mentally deficient, like he is. This is who he caters for.
Because
he was just on.
Oh,
He was on Busted Open Radio talking to David LaGreca, I believe.
Greca?
His name.
Yeah.
He's talking to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, people in my dorm, in my room, I would make them watch old wrestling matches like from Ring of Honor, and they loved it." I'm like, "Yeah, Tony, I guarantee your freaking dorm friends really loved watching you watching like your old
what they loved was the fact that Tony was rich, so he'd buy all the weed for them. So if it meant they had to sit through 3 hours of fucking Ring of Honor.
Yeah, from old
TV.
TVs.
It's like, this is the one match Eddie Guerrero had before he went back to WWE, guys. And everyone's like, who the fuck is Eddie?
Yeah, who's Eddie?
I just want to.
Oh, Eddie, that guy from WWE, which is an actual company people know exists.
Yeah,
you know.
This looks like it's ran out of a place that you need a tetanus shot to enter. All right, Tony, I just want to go fuck some co-eds and smoke some weed. And I don't know, get a degree. I'm not here to fucking watch gay ass wrestling with you. Dude, I was in college. That's how people are. They're like, I don't want to watch gay ass wrestling. I want to fuck bitches.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. That's how it works. I'm gonna be honest. Why can't I do both? Not at the same time. That would be weird.
That would be kind of weird.
Tony's probably done that. I'm not gonna lie. Tony's probably had sex with a woman while watching the Young Bucks.
No, I don't think Tony's ever. I don't think Tony's ever been at the Promised Land. So I think he's still a Virgo. But hey,
he's got money. He's paid for sex.
I don't know. But anyways, getting back to the show. What was the next match? It was Hook versus Roderick Strong, right? Was that the match?
Yeah.
That
was the next match.
I'll just say this: the only good thing about this fucking match is the fact they got rid of the FTW title.
Yeah,
I was literally sitting there, and I was saying, "Why the fuck does this title even exist?" Like, I get it; it's from ECW. Like, I get it, but they shouldn't have this be an actual fucking title people are fighting for and shit.
They even said it on commentary. It's not a recognized championship in any wrestling organization. It's like, then why are you promoting it then?
Yeah.
Why are we having matches for it?
Yeah, and it's like, for a company that's been dead for 20 years.
Here's my question. Why are they getting rid of it now? Is Taz's like contract up or something?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's the only thing I can think of. Because I think there is a legitimate reason, booking-wise, to get rid of this title. It makes no sense. It makes things a little bit harder to book when you have so many titles. Look at WWE.
Yeah.
It does make things harder. So I don't think it's a bad. I think this is actually a Tony Khan W. Rare Tony Khan W to get rid of the
very rare
FTW championship. Now, to be fair, he got rid of it too late and he should have never done it in the first place. But you know what? Yeah. Better late than never. All right. Rare Tony Khan dub. But is there another reason for this other than, hey, this doesn't make sense booking wise?
Maybe. I think Hook's deal's coming up. Coming up.
Yeah, so that's probably why then.
Maybe he might be getting offered to NXT. I don't know.
Well, I feel like if Hook's gone, Taz is gone. I feel like the only reason he's there is to work with his kid.
Yeah.
Which, hey, you know what? And honestly, I think Taz is probably the best part of that commentary team.
Oh yeah, he's actually one.
I'd be okay if this is true. If Hook leaves and Taz goes with him, maybe Taz comes back to WWE commentary.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he just stays retired, but I think Hook would do well in NXT. Actually, I think he would.
Yeah, I think
decent.
Cook will do fantastic in NXT because that's the only thing he needs. I think it's the only thing he needs is some training. It's the only thing he needs. He's not getting there. He's just they're basically telling let him do whatever he wants to do. So I mean, I don't know, but there was really not a whole lot to like take note. Where the only thing there was that one spot he did that side Russian leg sweep with the cane to the barricade. I thought that was pretty nice. So then you had Roderick Strong pick him up and throw him to the post, just like ragdogging him, like just literally just threw him like okay. I thought that was kind of funny.
I like Roderick Strong.
Yeah,
I like Hook.
Yeah,
this match went on for too long.
Yeah,
that's the problem. If you had made this match a little bit shorter, because it's just a normal TV match, man.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
No real build up to this at all. Like
no, it's like it was like a 3-week mini build. Not even that really.
Yeah, not really.
And your payoff is just on a normal episode.
Yeah, for free
because
TV.
I don't care what people say that it's like, oh, it's Grand Slam. You see, it's supposed to be bigger because like you had Blood and Guts less than a month ago, or maybe just over a month ago. Every episode of Dynamite is apparently a fucking pay-per-view level event, and you can't run a wrestling show like that. Like,
no, that's not how that works. Why watch pay-per-views?
Remember the Raw Super shows?
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. That did not work.
That's a lesser scale of this. This is worse because now it's like when you try to now step back, you're going to have problems because the audience that is there, that is invested, is going to be like, well, I was expecting a title match. I was expecting like 5 title matches tonight and I got nothing. I feel cheated. And it's like, to be honest, they've set those expectations of we're going to have like every show basically have a title match and every like 3rd or 4th show having 4 or 5 title matches on it. And then our B shows are going to do the same thing. Now, when you try to claw it back, you're going to have problems. So they basically blew the fucking budget. Effectively, they blew the creative budget on bullshit. Right?
Whatever the budget is for Tony.
It's not even like I'm some sort of fucking booking genius. This is just like base level psychology.
Yeah.
WCW didn't do that. Not every show was a pay-per-view.
Exactly. But then when you get the WCW 2000, you're getting random title shots on the TV. You're getting random shit happening because they're scrambling for ratings. But here's the problem. The best thing you can do is just kind of steady yourself and then like slowly build up. Again, and you're going to lose ratings a lot in the short term, but in the long term, you're going to be able to get those people back because they're going to be like, oh, the product's good. Kind of like what's happening with WWE. They weren't giving us a fucking title shot every fucking week.
No.
They steadied the course. Now, to be fair, Vince wasn't fucking great for a while.
They made you pay for the pay-per-views. That's when they were on back on pay-per-view model back then. 2012 when they did the whole thing. So it's like, they're like, you want to see this match? You're gonna pay however much X amount of dollars to watch the pay-per-view.
Well,
because that makes sense. You're gonna.
So here's another thing. I'm going to count out the pay-per-views left this year that we know for sure, right? So we have Bad Blood, AEW, like, okay. So we have basically the rest of this year 4 AEW pay-per-views, or at least big shows are building to. WWE 4. You have Wrestle Dream, Battle of the Belts. You have Full Gear and World's End.
Yep.
Right. The companies. Nobody's willing to pay that pay-per-view model anymore. People weren't willing to pay that pay-per-view model when WWE was still doing it. That's why they switched over.
There's ways around it now.
There's also ways around it now, right? Which we do not suggest for legal purposes. We do not suggest those ways. But there are ways. I'm just saying people don't have the fucking money to do that. WWE has Bad Blood, Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, and Saturday Night's Main Event, which is kind of a paper. So it's about 4 as well. But Saturday Night's Main Event, we don't know much about it yet.
No.
Yeah.
It could be a pay-per-view sized show on NBC, or it could just be like a 3-hour Raw, effectively. So we don't know.
Yeah.
But with AEW, we know we're getting really long pay-per-views. We're getting WrestleMania length.
Yeah.
For each of these, it's too long. It's too much. Like, I don't give a fuck about Tony Khan's press conference, right? To be honest, I'm never gonna watch one of those fucking things again after the last one where he came out. In my opinion, he looked coked up, and just was kind of like, "Guys, I'm sick. I'm sorry, I'm going." After making them sit there for half an hour.
Yep, and he only talked for like what, 5 minutes?
15 minutes,
yeah.
15 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
15 minutes basically about how the show was great, and also I have to get going.
What 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah. 10 minutes of him talking was saying, "I'm gonna go now." He said that basically for 10 minutes and then left.
I'll make it up to you guys at Wrestle. I'll make it up to you guys at Wrestle Dream. You guys are gonna be back here again, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm paying you guys to come back here again. Okay, see you then.
Well, of course they're gonna come back because you're the only one who will let those fuckers in the door. So.
Right.
No offense to most of the people in there, because most of the people in there are probably fine people, but like, let's be honest, WWE is trying to get like actual mainstream media in there.
Yeah, that's why you see guys like Chris Van Vliet on
actual like media outlets, or even like sometimes ESPN people.
Bigger.
Yeah,
and bigger people like Chris Van Vliet, who is fucking huge. That guy has a actual fucking following, right? So it's like. And not to say that some of the people in WWE's or in AEW's press conference I'm not following, but not as much. Like the Wrestling Observer has nothing compared.
Let's just like Dave. Dave's not even a part of the WWE press conferences, but he's always at AEW's. Always at AEW's.
Wow, yeah, I think WWE won't let him in the fucking building. To be honest with you,
I wouldn't want that Mongoloid anywhere.
No.
I watched the Vince doc. We're not gonna bring up any of that because remember, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, Saturday, 6:05 Eastern, we're gonna be talking all about the Vince McMahon documentary with Lethal Lightning. He'll be our guest. We will be
just a little tease.
We will be diving in to the Vince doc, which heavily features Dave Meltzer. It actually features Dave Meltzer more than it does Vince McMahon, funny enough, but we'll get to that.
Yep.
Are we ready to move on to the next match?
I don't think we told who won the last match. I think,
Hook won.
Yeah, let's wrap that up. He puts Roderick Strong in the red room. After that, I guess they're turning them babyface, and they shook Hook's hand. The Kingdom, whatever they're called, Undisputed Kingdom, shook his hand, moved on. After the match, Tony Schiavone gets on the mic, and he just starts talking about, "Oh yeah, so your dad made this title like 20 years ago down the street at the something Moose Lodge, whatever it was freaking called."
Elks Lodge.
Elks Lodge, yeah. And I was like, okay, that's random. Like, yeah, Tony, like you were watching ECW. Like, I'm guaranteed you didn't know what ECW was if they went out of business. You didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
But whatever.
He was too young to fucking watch it. Yeah. Oh wait, no, he's like 40. Never mind. He was definitely.
He's like 40. Yeah.
He's too busy with Nitro and stuff like that because I guess he was their main commentator.
He was too busy trying to book Vince Russo style on Nitro, and he's like, "I got all the booking right." And then he looked at the calendar and said 2001. He's like, "I'm a genius." Let me check the forums to see how WCW is doing. Oh no, they got bought out.
And he tunes into the Nitro, the last Nitro. He just sees Vince on there.
You know, it's kind of funny. Real quick, going back to the last match, I like how he said he's watched all of Danielson and McGuinness's matches. I'm like, you told me you stopped watching wrestling in 2003. When you went to TNA, you stopped watching.
Dude, no, he was high on coke. He fucking ran through that. Just like we're gonna run through this end segment where Hook gets on the mic and says, my daddy wants to thank you. I want to thank you. My daddy He didn't say it like that. I don't know why I'm doing like retarded Dusty Rhodes. So me and my daddy want to thank you for having our FTW title, but we were going to retire it now. And people cheered that they retired the belt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is not good, bro.
No.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't get a major pop out of your crowd for being like, hey, one less title on the show. That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's over with, and like he hugs Taz, and it looks like Taz is like genuinely about to cry. I mean, if I worked for this company, I would want to cry too. But still,
yeah. But it's this kid. You know what? Taz just seems like a good. You know what? The winner of this week is Taz. He wins.
Yep.
He wins AEW this week. I'm sorry.
Yep.
What do we have next? Fucking.
What was next?
Is it Mark Briscoe screaming?
Oh yeah, it was Mark Briscoe screaming into the mic.
What's
setting up for the collision match, right? Setting up for the collision match.
Whatever the group's called, the conglomerate.
Yeah,
the colostomy bag.
The colostomy bag. I can't fucking speak because it's 11:30 at night.
Yeah, we're gonna speak through this crap. They talked. It was pointless. Didn't care. The next match of the night was the Young Bucks versus Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay.
I forgot they were the tag team. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I forgot they were a tag team under Don Callis. How the
Don Callis just randomly appeared on TV and gave Fletcher the street drive. I'm like, why is Don Callis here?
Ospreay's not even part of the group. He's not even part of the group. No? He left months ago.
Yeah, but I guess he's back, even though he's supposed to be fighting Ricochet next week, right? Or is it next week?
Yeah, it's not this week, but the following week. It's October 5th, I believe.
Yeah, it's the 5th anniversary show.
Yeah, so it's like, oh yeah, that's right. It's October 2nd. My bad. October 2nd.
Okay, so that is next week. So this is what he's doing? This is what he's doing?
That's Tony. Anyway.
He's in a random tag match against the guy.
There was really nothing to write home about in this match. Everyone was doing
besides those long spots. It was long as fuck. That's all I can say.
It was supposed to be a regular tag team match. It looked at times you weren't paying attention. It looked like a tornado tag.
Yeah.
They always do in AEW though.
They got the 10 count, which is so stupid. Of course, the corpse referee, Mike Knox, he's the biggest piece of shit referee I've ever seen in my life. It looks like he went to a blood bank and gave blood and forgot to say when. That's actually what it looks like.
He gave blood with Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just like he's a terrible referee. He's only there because he's friends with the Bucks. What a shocker. He's not a good referee. He was the referee last year when Moxley got dropped on his head twice. And that's why Moxley told him, F it, we're not doing this finish. We're going home. Phoenix is winning the belt. When you get a competent referee, can't do his job. He's the reason why one of the Dark Order guys during the COVID era or the beer bug era. I don't know if we can say that word. The 19 word, the full word of that. Because
we can say COVID-19.
Okay.
The scamdemic.
Yeah, so like
that one we might not be able to say, but
shit,
we'll leave it in.
Sorry.
But he was the referee. The point being made, he's the referee in that match. And he's the referee that didn't call for the bell and he didn't check on the guy who was concussed, who was knocked out. Literally, he was knocked out and he didn't check on the guy. That's how much of an incompetent referee he is.
That's what a referee's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Good job, Tony.
Yeah. So that's that. The Bucks try to act like they're all smart. They do ring apron spots, of course. They did a freaking pile driver on the apron. Yeah.
Because everybody does tombstones now.
Then when they went to break, oh my god, dude, when they went to break, they both did a freaking slingshot DDT like Johnny Gargano does.
Yeah.
It's like you guys just did this spot 2 seconds ago, so now you're even just
another spot show.
Yep, I hate these guys.
Yeah.
Then they freaking Kyle Fletcher gets one of the Jacksons up for a tombstone. They're trying to do the Meltzer driver. All freaking balding Buck comes in, tries to super kick him in the face, even though his brother's ass is blocking the guy's face. Like he's trying to hit a super kick. It doesn't even look good. It looks like dog shit. You freaking idiot. Then they freaking go up for a PWG spot back in the day when he was about to do Matt Jackson versus the Tombstone. He was about to go do the Tony Khan driver. Goes to the top rope, and all of a sudden, here comes Will Ospreay out of the freaking blue, hits him with a freaking cutter. Then they rolled out to the ring and freaking do their stupid crap, high spots out there. Don Callis gets up from commentary with his bald ass, and he's like, "Here, I got a screwdriver, but screw his brains out." And it's just like, I'm so done with this match. Fletcher and Ospreay gets into an argument. Ospreay takes the freaking thing out of his hand. He's like, "No, we're not going to do this, blah, blah, blah." Maddie or Nikki, whoever the freak they are, one of them grabbed the belt, threw the other one to it, smacked Fletcher with the belt. And you would think that'd be the 1, 2, 3, right? Oh, boy, were you wrong.
No, kick out.
Kick out at 2. Not 2.5, but kick out at 2. Gets up, and I believe they end the match with a super kick. And that was the finish. Of course, they gotta get their finish in. They have to do that. You would think someone hitting you with an object like a title belt would knock you out.
And a screwdriver.
And it's just like these guys, and I love when people say, "Oh, the Bucks have great psychology." What psychology for freaking mentally retarded people? What are you talking about?
We had to get our super kick spotted, even though you just hit him with a screwdriver. That kills somebody. So that is a match ender.
But anyways, the Young Bucks retain.
Yeah.
What's next? Do we gotta talk about the women's match?
I'm not even gonna talk about it. It was Mariah May versus some other bitch. I have no idea who she was.
It was the best TV match. I'm gonna be honest. It was the best TV match they had, even though the Asian woman almost gave me a seizure with her entrance music.
Yeah. She looked like Bret. You know what she looked like with her gear? You ever seen Bret Hart wearing like the Sinbad clothes when he did that play back in the day? That's what she reminded me of. She reminded me of freaking Bret Hart back in the day wearing the Sinbad pants.
She reminded me of Bret Hart. Oh, she was a good wrestler? No, she was wearing Sinbad pants.
She was wearing Sinbad.
God, it's so stupid. Mariah May wins. She's about to beat the other. Yeah, she's about to beat the other Asian up. And all of a sudden, here comes Willow Nightingale. She comes in. She almost came in and almost fell. Like when she rolled into the ring, she tried to get up real quick, and she almost fell backwards.
Let's pull the vents, tear her fucking quads.
Yeah, and then the freaking other Asian shows up with the big titties. She shows up and she's like, "Oh no, what are you doing?" And it's just like, I'm so done with this.
And then Mariah May hits her with the title. That's it. Yeah.
That end segment was ruined an actually all right match.
Yeah,
an okay match, like a good TV match.
Did you notice the
middle of the show match for TV? That was decent, and then you ruined it.
Did you notice the one spot in the match where they're on the outside and they're both right there by the ring apron, and she's trying to jump in, do like a sliding kick, and she totally freaking botched it there for like 2 seconds, and like everyone's like, "Okay, that was pretty cool." Like it was like a weird 619 from the apron. It was really weird.
That was good recovery, I guess.
But Kenny Omega's booking his division, so what's that tell you? Anyways, that's done.
We're on the main event, guys.
Oh no, we forgot. Yeah. We forgot. We got a vignette of Special Jack Perry driving his short bus to New York City. Over the Brooklyn Bridge.
Just driving.
Just driving.
Because we needed to see that. That needed to be a segment. That needed to be a fucking segment.
Hey Trey, could you rap the segments of Jay-Z in that New York song he did?
Oh God.
Now I'm in Brooklyn. Now I'm in Queens. Now I'm in Staten Island. Now I'm in penitentiary. Now I'm in Brooklyn again. Now I'm back in Yonkers. Now I'm in Hoboken. Now I'm in Pennsylvania.
That's the Jack Perry version. Now
I'm in Buffalo. Now I'm in Albany. Now I'm in fucking Bangor.
What was the point of that segment, Tony? I'm asking. What was the point? We're just seeing Jack Perry drive in New York. Why?
You know what should have been done? They should have just licensed a song from Billy Joel, "A New York State of Mind," and just had Jack sing it. That's what they should have done.
Didn't they tease him getting back with the Luchasaurus? I thought they teased that. What happened with that?
They kind of teased it, but that's what they should have had. They should have had freaking Billy Joel.
They forgot about Luchasaurus.
They kind of forgot. They kind of fucking forgot.
How's that song go? Some folks like to get away from the neighborhood, take a holiday from the neighborhood, hop a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. I'm taking a Greyhound. No, I'm taking my short bus to the Hudson River line. I'm in the New York state of mind. That's Jack Perry. That's
Taking
Jack Perry.
Some people like to get away. I'm taking the short bus.
I'm taking the short bus on the Hudson River line. I'm in the New York state of mind. That's Jack Perry.
I'm taking the public subway, but I'm not going to get to my location because some homeless guy is going to stab me with some sort of syringe with a black vial in it. That turns out to be blood from.
Tyler kind of wanting like Jack's fucking truck to break down in a certain neighborhood.
Oh, dude, if he would have got broken down like at freaking the Bronx, my Christmas would have came true, and the Haitians and all the minorities just beat the crap out. Oh my god, that'd be my Christmas. That'd be so great. That'd be so great.
I have to wait till World's End for that then.
But on that, we digress.
Versus 40 Haitian immigrants. This new gimmick is being more racist than John Moxley's.
Oh, I've seen all the stars. Billy Joel's song. I've seen all the stars. Hop a flight to Miami Beach, all that stupid crap. They should have just got that song.
Now you're just reading it. Now you're just reading it, Billy Joel.
No, that's from my memory. Believe it or not, I know that song by memory. But yeah, it's just that's what Trey thinks about AEW.
That's all I think of AEW right there.
Dude,
this one.
Sounds like you were
white noise
made of tarp. Holy shit!
Yeah.
All right, we got
take
it home. God damn! I'm leaving this in, by the way. I don't care.
Okay.
This part's staying in, Trey.
We're keeping it real retarded.
Yeah.
Oh God! I really wish someone.
So the main event.
Yeah, we're in the main event.
The fucking main event. Yeah.
And I wish someone would have came in with a gun, and shot me, because I did not want to watch this match at all.
We get to see Darby Allin versus lukewarm Steve Austin.
Here comes Dollar Store. Here comes Dollar Store Steve Austin wearing his Peter Griffin pants. He was
and his weird fucking camo jacket. Yeah, you look so tough, Dean, with your fucking camo jacket.
He looks like he sucks dick for a living in hunting blinds.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
He looks like he's giving fellatio at a Cabela's store.
Yeah.
Like he just comes in, just like he's always sounding like this. Yeah, I'm a badass. Look at me. I'm John Moxley. Every time. That's the way he talks.
I just call him Dean Ambrose. I don't.
He talks like an idiot.
Dino.
You're fucking Dean Ambrose. I'm dead-naming you.
There is a reason why that Vince and everyone had to produce this guy, because this guy is a freaking retard. Holy crap.
I mean, look at him. He's the guy who just wants to do death matches his whole life. He could easily be like a Seth Rollins. He could easily have a Seth Rollins like career. Maybe not Roman Reigns,
that he is
but he could be a Seth Rollins. Yeah, like he could easily be like.
There was a while there where everyone thought he was going to be the fucking breakout star.
Yeah, everyone thought it was going to be him. Yeah, he was like the leader of the Shield for a bit.
Now he's the only one not in the fucking company.
Yeah, not in the company, just doing death matches like he's fucking in his 20s.
He's just an idiot. He thinks he's a badass. He's from my area. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm not going to tell you where, but he's from my area, and he thinks he's Johnny Badass.
Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
Like he thinks he's bad. He's not. He's like, oh yeah, I grew up on the streets of Cincinnati. That's what I do. Look at me. I'm John Moxley. I'm just like, dude, I'm not scared of you.
Shit.
You got
that's a sad thing.
You got tapped out in a local event here where I live. You tapped out to the freaking grocery bag guy at Kroger. Okay, don't tell me you're a badass. You go get your ass kicked from a guy asking if you want paper or plastic.
My grocery bag guy beat the fuck out of
This is the guy who got jobbed out by Nia fucking Fatty Jacks. Let's remember that.
yeah. Breaking out the door. Yeah.
This guy had one of the worst interviews of all time
on Steve Austin's podcast.
Oh, Steve Austin. Yep.
Yeah.
And he was the champion. And he was the fucking champion.
Yep.
He wasn't the champion for fucking long after that. Remember?
No, that was like right after that. I think it's when
He
lost
was never
the
champion again either because dude,
he won
Austin
like a tag
was
title. I
ridiculous.
think he won like an IC belt and like a tag title. That's about it.
Yeah,
He
that's
fucking pissed Austin off in it. Like,
Austin was
yeah.
ready to
remember
kick
Austin
his
got
Dude,
fucking-
Austin's like, you have no drive, kid. Like you could tell. He's like, what's up with you?
I do have drive. Look at me.
fucking. He's like moody, like he's Kurt Cobain 5
Oh,
minutes before
dude.
he goes to
I
Dick's
remember
Sporting
when he got owned by John Cena on the mic when he brought up the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cena buried him that night. Holy crap!
Yep, he buried him. He fucking
Yeah, but
buried
you know
him.
what? Like Cena wasn't even the sad part is Cena probably wasn't even trying to bury him. He's like, no, he's gonna come back with something. And then
Yeah,
Dean's like,
I think he thought he was. He's like, oh. At least Roman somewhat came back with something when Cena kind of buried him. Dean just
speaking of
sat there.
You know what? This actually ties back into our match. Speaking of people getting fucking buried, holy shit, Darby Allin is.
Yep.
Dude, Darby Allin just looked like a bitch in this match. He was Dean's bitch this entire match. That's all it was.
Yeah.
The booking for this guy, I do feel bad for Darby in the sense of he was booked to be a star, and then they threw all of that away.
Well,
they booked him with fucking.
You got the rub by Sting.
You're with Sting.
From Sting.
You're with Sting for 3.5
and on his way out, Sting.
3 years.
Too.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. I don't get. You're with Sting, one of the biggest icons in this business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, give or take, people have people can say what they want. Sting has been a real, I think, standard barrier for people, quote unquote, icons in wrestling. He really is.
Yeah, I do think so. Yeah,
I mean, Sting's done stuff.
TNA stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, Sting, he's had a great career, and he was off for 7 years with his neck injury. But that's a different story for a different time. But still,
you were with Sting. The thing too, like with Sting, he was good in the ring.
Yeah,
and unlike Brett, he doesn't talk a lot of shit. Sting's just kind of there. He's like, yeah, man, I was in the tag team with the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he never really badmouthed any company. Yeah, you don't see him on those shoot interviews.
That's what people say. Sting is the most confrontational guy ever. He does what he's
Victory Road 2011. That was probably the closest.
Yeah, to be fair, that was so he didn't fucking get his neck broken by Jeff Hardy though.
Yeah,
or break Jeff Hardy's neck by accident.
But to think
more of a mercy thing.
But to think someone who didn't have a drug addict or drug problem like Seth Rollins broke Sting's neck. Go figure. Anyways.
Don't do him.
Yeah, not once. Twice.
But to be fair, Rollins pretty much stopped doing it after that, I would argue pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
they told him to.
Years, even though Sting
or sometimes he do it on a barrier. I've seen him do it on the barrier now.
Yeah. Well, now they do it, but when Vince was in charge, they quit that. But anyways, so Darby's having his match with Moxley. They're having their fight. There was really nothing much to write home about. No. Moxley was pretty much shit canning him the entire match.
We should say this match.
Darby is glorified. Let's say it. He's glorified Spike Dudley. Now.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Probably worse. Probably worse.
We should say this match did have a stipulation. It was the only non-title match on this card, but it did have a pretty big stipulation, as in if Darby Allin loses, Jon Moxley will face for the world title at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah. My thing, why even make Darby world? Why make him number one contender?
Yeah. But again, no long-term booking, remember? So Darby probably would have beat Daniel Bryan if it was long-term booking, or Darby would have never been put in this position to then get beat.
Yeah.
By Jon Moxley, who's gonna probably lose to Bryan.
I don't think he will. I think
I see him winning. I see him winning. Unless he loses and then Christian cashes in.
That's what Christian
cashes in.
Something like that. But anyway,
I can see that. Yeah.
That's the stipulation. And spoiler alert, Darby ain't facing for the world title.
Nope. We already all knew after that attack. We already knew it was going to be Moxley versus.
Moxley hit a top rope, I think he hit a top rope what's he called? Death Rider, some crap. It's the underhook DDT from the top rope. It was a callback to their match they had 5 years ago in Dynamite when he was the world champion. Before
The dirty deeds.
stuff.
I call it the super dirty deeds.
Yeah,
what
but
he
it's
did in
different.
WWE.
It's not.
Super deeds.
Yeah.
Super dirty.
Or Paradigm Shift. Isn't that the new name for it?
It's
Yeah,
something. The Death
okay, sure.
Rider, something. He's got 2 different names for it. One's in the Japan. I think it's a Death Rider, and the other one's it's that one. But anyways, that happens. He wins. He's doing his typical freaking weird gyrations with his shoulders. That weird dance he does, like he's having a seizure walking or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. Then all of a sudden we see someone coming from the crowd with a hoodie on, and lo and behold, look who it was. Daniel Bryan. Or Bryan Daniels. I just
They
pulled
should
a
have
J-
started counting, and he would have been there earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
He comes in and attacks Mox, and lo and behold, he doesn't come out with a chair, he doesn't come with a chain, doesn't come anything, but he comes in with a necktie.
Yeah.
A
It's
necktie.
a callback to what happened in WWE, if you remember.
Exactly. Yeah, with Justin Roberts. And Justin Roberts is the ring announcer there. So yeah, watch out for you freaking idiot. Anyways,
He's gonna fucking get him, bro.
he's gonna before he retires, Justin Roberts will be fired.
Oh,
and that's the great thing. No one can find Danielson because he's on the disciplinary committee. So who's gonna find him? he's the main guy. so,
yeah.
I just God Almighty. But anyways, Marina Shafir comes in, hits it, tries to break it up. She puts Danielson in a choke. Then all of a sudden you see Claudio and Pac. They come in. Like Claudio put him like in some weird like leg scissor thing. I don't know what that was. It's just good lord. Then freaking Private Party shows up, and if for everyone who doesn't know, they're 2 black guys. They're from that area.
Yeah.
Trey's
so
cousin.
it became a race war out of nowhere.
Then all of a sudden,
1997 WWE.
then we see a commander show up. He's Mexican with a mask. Somehow the Lucha Brothers manager, Alex something, he comes down the ringside all random. Like he's here too now. It's just like God.
Like, okay, are they ever gonna have like a chick beat up this Marina Shafir chick? I'm tired of her putting her hands on men. What is happening? They just let it happen.
Well, I mean,
Like,
AEW does have a transgender working for him, so they can just get Nyla Rose because he's half man, half woman, so he can just beat the piss out of her.
Like, you had your champion get beat up by a chick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it.
At least
That's
she
your
gets
world champion.
At least she has some credibility. At least she's an actual legit.
Yeah, she's like MMA, and she's not like scrawny. Like she has some muscle, but
she has bigger muscles than Darby. She has bigger arms than Darby.
Yeah.
So I mean that's something. But yeah,
I can buy her beating up Darby. Yeah,
So they retreat back to the crowd. They're running around with their tails tucked between their legs, and Danielson gets on the mic and he's like, "Mox, do you want to fight me? Well, you got it at Wrestle Dream, and I'm going to kick your effing head in." That was the whole thing. They blurted out. So that was pretty much Dynamite. Arthur Ashe.
Who cares? Who cares? I don't care about the match.
It was just there. Yeah.
This whole show. It was just a bunch of matches, random MVP appearance for some fucking reason.
I forgot to mention that. I forgot about that.
I guess they're either 2 things. They're going to set up him managing Swerve, or Swerve turns him down, and I guess that's how they'll bring Lashley.
Here's the thing. Do you guys think this happens?
Lashley versus Swerve. I don't want to see that.
Do you guys think this happens before we end? Do you think they'll have Shane and Bobby show up at the same time or at the same night at Wrestle Dream?
Or Shane McMahon?
Yeah.
Shane?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's gonna fucking show up.
The rumor is
I can see Bobby. I can see Bobby. I can see that.
The whole rumor is that this is why Moxley's doing his thing, because apparently they're saying that Shane's going to be behind the Moxley turn, like he's going to be the new leader. So apparently they're going to be doing it. So apparently
invasion angle. They're going to do an
so wait.
Yeah.
The Outsiders. We're doing the Outsiders again. Yeah. Also, Shane McMahon, which people hated in 2019. Dude, so we're going to see Shane spearing. Are we going to see Shane spearing Ryan for weeks?
Trey, it's worse. They're going to do invasion. They're going to do the invasion with fucking Shane.
Oh God.
If that's true, fuck my life.
Yeah.
I hope.
Fuck.
Unless you're gonna fucking.
And I don't
drag
ever want to
Austin
see a
and-
heel Shane McMahon again after 2019. I never want to see a heel Shane McMahon again.
Here's the
I'd
thing.
rather see Raw Underground Shane McMahon.
Yes. At this point,
By the way,
Jesus.
of all things on the last show, that's the one we got a copyright thing on.
Oh,
We got-
Guys, we can't be watched in Russia or Sri Lanka now.
Yeah, our
Stop
Sri
it.
Lankan friends out there. You know,
Sorry.
sorry.
Vladimir Putin.
We're not disputing it. Get fucked.
Are we? The real question is: are we okay in Ukraine? That's the real question.
Depends which part Russia is occupied.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, Vladimir Putin. Yeah. Sorry. I know you like your daily.
No,
Sorry
he
to our
hates-
Sri Lanka.
They hate Raw Underground with passion. So
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah. Apparently Sri Lanka too. Sorry to our fans out there. I guess they are out there for some reason.
I don't even know where it is.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck that is either. That's I think
It's a
like
little
Indonesia,
island off of
I think.
India. I do know where it is.
Okay.
But anyways,
Yeah.
with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna end it here with a great Sri Lankan himself. Not really, he's Indian.